American renting policies are inhuman. They are demonic, if you ask me. So I have very strong feelings about the America rental history system policies, you may say. When you go looking for an apartment for housing in America, you look for an apartment. If you're looking for basically something temporary or just something that is you don't have to pay a lot of money, you're looking at apartments, affordable housing. When you go to look for the apartment, they look at your rental history. Sometimes you may not have any rental history. Other times you may have rental history, but on your rental history you may have issues with paying late payments. You may have an eviction. You may have a lease, a broken lease. The problem when you have of having a broken lease or an eviction, or basically you are late in making payments, is it puts you in a category whereby you cannot get a good apartment regardless of how much money you have or how much you make. And basically, if you have kids, it takes you to a category whereby the places that you are going to be able to rent are not necessarily safe neighborhoods. So this part of this homelessness in America is very much heavily fueled by this rental policy of people not being able to fix their rental history. People should be able to fix their rental history. It should not just they should not just have to wait for 10 years, 20 years for it not to show up when somebody is running their rental history. People should be able to fix their rental history when they are ready. For example, if they lose a job and they're not able to keep the apartment, they should be able to exit. Losing a job should enable you to exit a lease. If you find a job in another town, you should be able to exit your lease. If you end up in hospital and you get admitted 3 months, you should be able to exit your lease without a large penalty. And if you pay off whatever penalty that they're going to charge you, that shouldn't follow you. It shouldn't follow you in your next apartment, in the next place you're going to look for, to rent. So I personally don't like the way the American rental history system is set up. I feel that it's set up to take people down. It's set up to make people homeless. It's set up to ensure that people who are trying to level up in their life, basically who are trying to make better choices, it does not give them a proper second chance. It takes away their second chance into a better life, into living in a better neighborhood. Now that they have kids, they may want to live in a better neighborhood. If they were in jail, for example, and they had a broken lease, when they come out, they should be able, and they're able to maintain a job, they should be able to get an apartment in a good neighborhood, which they can afford. So the issue of the rental policies in America when it comes to having a bad rental history, there shouldn't be anything like a bad rental history. There should be, you need housing, you can get housing. There should not be something like you have a good rental history and bad rental history. There should just be rental history. So I feel that this is an inhumane system, the rental policies in America. These rental companies should not have the amount of power that they have when it comes to destroying people's lives. So this is just a rant on the America rental history system, and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. People should be able to fix their rental history the same way they fix their credit. Having an eviction or a broken lease should not follow you for 20, 30 years. It should not stop you from getting a better apartment if you can afford it, if you get a better job. And it needs to be fixed. It's a broken system, and they are kicking people who can afford apartments out of apartments onto the streets. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.